must realize you are doomed.
We're getting to the next segment, which is the spoiler review. One quick question when we get started on the spoiler review. So, did any of you gentlemen, watch this at the theaters?
No.
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 We're
I
in a
must admit,
pandemic.
I must admit, I put on my hazmat suit on, and I actually went to go see this in the theater.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then
Oh.
I also watched it when I'm on my way back home at home. I just knew this is the type of movie right away. You had to see it both ways, especially at a
Yeah.
theater. You know what? It was so nice. Yeah, I was very careful. I had, mask on and whatever thing on, very protective. I didn't eat anything in there. I had my own bottled water I brought in, but it was nice. There's people there. I mean, it was sold out. A couple of these shows were just sold out. It was nice
Oh,
to
wow.
see. They had spaces in between, but it was nice just to get back in the theater and seeing certain things. And there was little kids in there. Just hearing them say, "Ooh, ah," it's just it was kind of refreshing. And like I said, you like Jared said about the soundbar, you could do so much with a soundbar with. And I was in theater, man. That thing was just boom, just at my face, in my grill. And it just felt so much better. You got this big old jumbotron.
I could just
screen there.
imagine that sound effect
Yeah.
of Godzilla's throat beam charging up.
Oh,
That
yeah.
awesome sound beam they
Yeah, you felt it. I mean, you felt it on the ground, everything. But yeah. So if anybody out there can get a chance to see it in the theaters, I definitely recommend.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
definitely a
probably
theater
will.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the movies. Yeah, it's definitely used for the theater.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started. So in the beginning here, we got Kong in containment on Skull Island, which I really thought was kind of weird. Were you guys just kind of like me, just surprised that he just didn't bust out of there? I mean, it didn't look like it was any strong containment to me. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
in
when
the
he was
beginning
like
part.
when he was chucking those trees at it, it didn't seem like it was going to be able to hold him that much longer. I
I
mean, it
know.
was doing so much damage. But yeah, that was a little shocking to me too that they had him in containment and yeah, but I was shocked that he wasn't able to break out.
One of the trailers like straight up spoiled that he was in there. Like it just like showed him throw like the tree through the ceiling or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So I was I kind of like saw that coming. This dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dumb. Right. How about you, Vic? Did you thought that was kind of ridiculous?
him just in there. They started it off. I was like, okay, something's going on. They got this little girl running around, right? So I'm like, it must be a facility. And as soon as he chunked the tree up at nothing, I was like, force field or whatever, hologram. We've seen it in so many things.
Truman Show. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what do you call it? Katniss, whatever that series is. But yeah, it's just like it was weird, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I was questioning. I was like, can't he just climb up, go to the edge of it, like Jim Carrey, and instead of just
Start
putting his
beating
hand
the
on it, yeah, just smash it.
On a little sailboat.
In case I don't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's Kong's opening scene, and then we get Godzilla's opening scene. We're at a lab. What is it called? Apex Cybernetics Laboratory, and you just see him coming in, wrecking some shit for no apparent reason. You don't know why. But the sequence was good. It just had no reasoning whatsoever why he's doing this. I mean, it was an opening scene. But as far as the opening scene for Godzilla and Kong, how would you guys liked it? You guys into it? Did it do its purpose?
For the Godzilla one, I actually thought it was a better scene because it was way more mysterious. And they did give you an extended little shot of the technology, which made me assume that I've always assumed this about Godzilla is that he's like kind of attracted to like energy. So, and I think they've been propping that up like from the beginning with like, radiation readings and stuff like that. So when they showed I think was the eyeball.
Yeah.
For, a later thing. I got the feeling that that's what they wanted us to think. As dumb as some of the things are in this movie, I thought that was the most like eye-catching thing for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
yeah.
How about you, Jared?
No, it's like it was like a really good way to set up the whole mystery of like why is he doing this? Like
Yeah.
he's supposed to be like Earth's hero or whatever, and he's just like attacking for like no reason. So it just like lets you know that like something's up. Like he's like sensing something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get introduced after that. We get introduced to Alexander Skarsgård and some I don't know scientists of gravitational pull.
You just want to
it just
tear your hair out right
He's
now.
getting a headache.
You're
just
so
thinking
annoyed
about
at
it.
him.
so stupid. And anyway, so they decided, hey, you know, they were talking about Titan's homeland. Hey, there's going to be a homeland, the Hollow Earth, supposedly. So Genius plan, hey, let's go kidnap Kong, and so he can help us find where this Hollow Land is, this homeland. So so we can probably find a weapon to help defeat Godzilla or whatever, And on the way there, he's tied up on the barge, and they're on their way, and they're in the sea. And then we get a little touchy moment with the little kid and Godzilla. And I actually like that human factor part between
Oh yeah.
the little girl and Godzilla. I think that was the only thing I liked as far as human wise.
That worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really worked. Then
Can I bring something up real quick
yeah,
on
go ahead.
this point? Me and my wife were watching it. I showed the movie to her afterwards, and she was like, "Why is Kong like kind of like endearing to this kid, and vice versa?" And I was like, "Well, because the audience, they want to see like these like unruly like kind of monsters, like kind of have some sort of sympathy to children, like
Yeah.
that's kind of like
Mhm.
the dichotomy." And then later, she's like, Kong and Godzilla are killing everyone here in the city,
There's
including
probably
kids.
children
Yeah.
everywhere.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of how
That,
you have to go into this movie.
That is
Like
true.
you can't think too much on it. You just got to think on the scenes that they're giving you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
think that little girl was from that island though. I think, right?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
part of
yeah.
that tribe. She was part of that tribe that was there from Skull Island, and
Okay.
some sort of storm or something
Yeah. So
wiped
maybe
them out.
there's some slight
Yeah.
little bond there, maybe.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. I don't
That's
want to.
that's what it was.
I don't
Yeah.
want to derail us. I was just gonna ask, like,
Oh, no problem. If you guys got questions, no big deal.
Yeah.
This is what it's
yeah,
all about.
I was
Another
just gonna,
quick. Oh,
because
go
I
ahead. Go
didn't,
ahead.
I didn't watch all of Skull Island because it
Yeah.
just didn't grab
Yeah.
me at all. But yeah, the little girl. So she's supposed to be from there.
Yeah.
hmm
Does
And
that
her
mean she's
parents were
like
killed or
adopted
something.
or
Yeah.
something? Okay, all right, that makes sense.
No, yeah, it was like some sort of storm or something. They said
Yeah.
hit and
Yeah.
wiped out the whole clan or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like
And
Kong like protected her or something like that.
exactly. Okay, so we're on this barge, and then here we go. Godzilla's coming to play, and it's round one between these two behemoths. I'll go from Rich to Vic to Jared. Reaction to round one. Did you appreciate it? Did you like it? What was your thoughts?
Oh yeah. It was a nice introduction to them actually seeing each other and the big battle they had. I thought it was awesome. That was a little unfair that he was chained up in the beginning, but once he got loose, it was awesome. And it was nice how the humans, well, some of the humans wanted to help him whenever Godzilla was dragging him down to the depths, and they shot those like what torpedo things down into the water to let him loose.
Mhm.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Vic.
So that scene, I think when it was going in there, I was still kind of like reeling from like the sympathy scene, with between him and the
Mhm.
girl. And so I just wanted Kong to get out of there because they were saying, they're kind of doing this against his will. They're taking
Yeah.
him to this place. They don't know what's there. They're telling us that gravity's inverted and brothers got crushed, going down there and stuff like that. And I'm just like, Kong is just getting like, he's like the underdog in this.
Mhm.
And to see him like lose that fight, like with everything against him, water, he's got chained up, like he's been tranquilized, so he's coming out of a haze probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like so many things against him, and you just see the humans helping him too. So I
Mhm.
was like, man, is this movie even gonna be like a movie, like where they actually do like duke it out, and like, you know, is there even gonna be like any way that Kong can win? It sounds like everything is stacked against him, you know, land or
Hmm.
sea or whatever. So I was just like, at that point, I was like not expecting what the movie was gonna throw at you. You know, they were still
Yeah.
kind of keeping it a little bit grounded, a little bit, you know. And so I was like, okay, um, I'm not really like super enjoying this fight because I feel bad for Kong. I just feel bad for him. So the sympathy was there. I was like just wanting Kong to like go somewhere and just get away from all this.
Yeah.
How about you, Jared?
Yeah, like he wasn't really in his like territory. He's like chained to a boat like in the middle of the ocean. 12 hours ago, he's walking around scratching his ass on like Skull Island, and now he's just injected with stuff, and now he's getting attacked
Mhm.
by a lizard for no reason, and he's probably just like broadsided by this. And but he he got a few shots in though. Like he like there was one shot where Godzilla was like taking him down to like the bottom of the ocean. He kicks him in the face.
Oh yeah.
Godzilla's kind of like dazed, and he like swims back up. So I think he held his own, even though he was just like the underdog, just like Vic was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good action this first round. You know, Kong actually loses round one. So anyway, so after all that happened, they survive. Kong was a little unconscious or just out of it for a while. So
Hmm.
they fly him in helicopters, and then that's probably I just didn't like. They go to they're doing the journey to the center of the earth. I mean, it's just like for Hollow Earth to visit Kong's homeland. The travel to there was just a little, I don't know. And but anyways, what did you think about that whole part of the Hollow Earth? We saw some. There was a couple creatures we actually saw in it. He actually fought that he didn't fight, but we saw some different creatures and just the whole area itself. I mean, because we get Kong's throne room also in that
Hmm.
part. And we also see he's found a hammer.
Yeah.
Um, what did you guys think about that whole situation, that whole Hollow Earth part?
I was a little confused. So this portal led him to his old world. Is that what it was? Because I mean, he fell. It seemed like through a portal, and it was just his old stomping grounds.
Yeah, it was kind of like they say it's Hollow Earth, so I guess it's
Hollow
like just
Earth.
like the core or something maybe of it. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just yeah, it was like I said, it was like Journey to the Center of the Earth. It reminded me of.
Yeah.
Okay. That was like what
I'd
Vic was
say
saying. What Vic was saying with like they give you more of an insight on Kong and where he came
Mhm.
from. I mean, the coolest part was that axe that he found. That was seemed to be made out of what Godzilla's uh
Finn.
fin thing in the back. So
Hmm.
it looked like. So yeah, I thought it was nice.
it's like a definite like turn your brain off. We're gonna fly to the center of the earth. In like the first like Godzilla movie, the best technology they had was like a military helicopter. Now they're just spaceships flying around stuff. So
Yeah.
it's definitely kind of dumbed down a little bit, but it's super cool
Uh-huh.
looking. Like I thought the whole
Yeah.
flight there was like it wasn't on like the level of like Interstellar, but it was Interstellar-esque when they're
Yeah.
like going through the black hole and stuff.
Yeah.
But then you had like the whole look of the Hollow Earth was I thought was super cool, like the mountains in the sky and stuff,
Yeah.
and just like the physics of it, like you're kind of being just like whipped around by like the different gravity and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and then just like the world looked really cool. The monster, that snake bat,
Yeah.
whatever the
Snake
hell it
bat.
was,
Snake
was
bat. That's the
super
name.
cool. Yeah. And then he rips the head off and
Oh,
starts it
that
starts eating the jugular and
poor
stuff.
guy.
Oh my gosh,
Kong destroys that thing so
oh yeah, he
mercilessly.
just that was just yeah.
He
But
He
wraps
like
him.
uses
it's
he
He
uses its
wraps
own
him.
wings
Yeah. He
to
yeah,
wraps it up
suffocate him.
and just
he
like
just
Hulk
beats the hell
smashes
out of
him
it. Yeah.
like like whenever he did to Loki, just whipping him around.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just like meant to be enjoyed with like your brain turned completely off. Like it's not you
Yeah.
Yeah.
can't have any logic in this at all.
And I think we're forgetting like they also introduce that humans to have like a giant role in this with
Mhm.
the big tech companies like Apex. They're the ones that bring in all this like crazy amount of like well, we see later on, but the thing that they show right now is like the little spaceship, that little heave thing or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a callback to like that Super X thing from like the old Japanese movies or whatever. I don't know if that one, if they
Oh, I
had
see
like
what
a
you're saying.
dubbed version. Like
Mhm.
I'm not super familiar with like all of the Godzillas. I've seen like scattered ones,
Mhm.
but I do remember that one where it's like the Japanese pilots and they're like trying to shoot at Godzilla on this like little mobile thing called like the Super X or something. I don't remember. Anyways,
Wow.
one is the the technology that the humans have is advancing. You know, the more they find out about these I don't know, are they calling them kaijus yet? Like monsters, titans. That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
Titans.
Yeah,
Titans.
The
Titan.
Yeah.
more they find out about these titans, the more human technology advances. So that's actually really cool too. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like weird. Like a lot of movies do it, like The Core, Journey to the Center of Earth. You know, like you go to the center of Earth. There's something crazy. You know, Pacific Rim. You know, there's something. There's like a teleporter to like aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This one was cool because they like as soon as Kong gets there, he's like, I'm familiarized with this. I know how
Mhm.
to dominate this area. But we as people are like, whoa, it's like a new area with like a bunch of things that look like they're gonna kill you, and it's like in volcanic like kind of terrain and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Kong just dominates it immediately, goes, finds his weapon, beats his chest, gets on the throne. And yeah, you kind of when you see that weapon, you do get that vibe of like Alien versus Predator, like at at the second movie. Not
Mhm.
Alien versus Predator, Predator 2 with Danny Glover,
Mhm.
where you get to see that like that wall in the back, and you see one of the Predator's weapons is like a xenomorph tail, you know? So
Mm.
like it's to me it was like, you know, some whatever era, like some Kong descendant had a fight with like another Godzilla, beat the brakes off of him, took one of his spikes and fashioned it into a weapon because
Yeah.
that weapon does react to Godzilla's energy.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Mhm.
linked. And I was just like, okay, yeah, there's like all this like cool little like, you know, stuff to infer here. So that, like, yeah, Jared said, turn your brain off, you know, just go in, you know, and that's exactly what I
Right.
did. And I just, you just start making up stuff because the movie's going to make up stuff. I might as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so while this is happening, we got the humans part. I'll call them Team Godzilla humans, okay, with Millie Bobby
Mhm.
Brown and the podcaster. I don't. He looks like he could be a scoundrel, but I don't know. But you know, you got the Godzilla team. You know, they easily break into the Apex labs. You know, I guess it's open to the damn public. You don't have
Yeah.
no access cards to get in. They easily go in undetected, woman around in here. I just that was stupid. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, they just walked right in there. And then you know, so that stuff is happening, and you kind of see a little bit of what they're making. You know, they got technology in there. They're making Mechagodzilla, um, which I think a lot of us kind of knew. Um, so I'm gonna go a little bit more forward. So we're gonna go down to round two, and it's with Kong versus Godzilla. You know, Kong climbs up the tunnel because Godzilla made a little tunnel through, I think it was Tokyo or Hong Kong, I think it was, and he comes up through the tunnel and with his axe. And round two, man, they to me they stepped it up with the fight on round
Yeah.
Oh
two.
yeah.
Definitely.
Oh man, thoughts and reactions, fellas, to the round two battle.
For me, oh man, I think we skipped over like how cool Godzilla just like getting like that force sense, like something's
Yeah.
going on, and then just shooting his beam like all the way down to Hollow Earth. Like
So
him,
cool.
Hmm.
yeah, him doing that and like just putting every ounce of energy of him into that, reaching it, and then Kong looking up at him, just them yelling at each other through like this giant hole.
Oh
And
yeah.
how cool uh like the animation was actually when Kong like jumped into that and he used the axe like immediately to like kind of like, you know, he's falling up but falling down, like it's because of
Yeah.
the Hollow Earth's inverted like gravity.
Yeah.
And then we're also skipping the like, I don't know, third enemy antagonist, which was the Apex Industries main like villain's daughter.
Yeah.
So Kong just crushes her mercilessly, just in her
Yeah, I
shit.
was
She was the eye
I was
candy of
rooting
the
for that.
movie.
So
Dude,
immediately,
I was so sad. Actually, I didn't want to bring that up because it was sad for me, man.
it was so
Man, that girl, I was like, man,
cute.
I kept
I
saying
love
that is my
I love how
future wife, man.
Oh,
That
I
was my
okay,
love
okay,
I
future
love
okay.
wife.
I love how you can hear her screaming just when he's like, oh,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
can hear
man.
her scream. No,
Yeah,
no.
and Kong like just kind of just like and
Yeah.
then just keeps going. So they go down there, they meet each other, and they immediately start beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're in like I don't know about you guys, but we're in like super anime territory. Like in this part, there's like laser beams like shooting. You know, they're just whizzing by, and Kong's just like, you know, jumping, like
Yeah.
dodging everything. He's using the axe. He's using the terrain. People, a massive amounts of people are dying, regardless if they gave us like a 5-second shot.
Millions of
that-
children.
yeah, they gave us like a 5-second
Millions of
shot
children.
that like they have like these quarantine centers, you know, like these like underground bunkers, you know. They give
Yeah.
us like 1 second, and it's like it's not enough. You see Godzilla coming in and immediately just with his back just destroying a bridge, and you see all these cars with lights turned on just falling
Yeah.
into the
Full of families.
I mean, they flatten all of that, and if that wasn't enough, you know, the fight with Mechagodzilla like destroys it completely. But yeah, it's super fun to see them in this like, and you understand with how brightly lit the city is. It's
Yeah,
style
I was just
points.
about to say that. Yeah.
Style points, you know, like everything in these fights is all style.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
it's like
was
it's like what you were saying, you know, how like it gave like an anime feel. Because I was just about to
yeah
bring up the lights. I was like, that city looked like an RGB light show. It's just
yeah
neon lights everywhere, along with them fighting. But yeah, that axe, like they were saying, they really stepped it up with that thing. Because just the different scenes that he like, whenever he's shooting, Godzilla shooting his flame, and he just catches it with the axe, and as he's going down. I mean, that was in the trailer too, but just seeing the whole scene, it was
and their
it was
facial
awesome.
expressions, like when Godzilla gets knocked out by that like explosion beam, like, you know, his face is like, oh no, like
Yeah.
I'm losing consciousness, you know. And
Yeah,
there's
and he just
uh,
falls back.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many like funny facial expressions. Like I swear there's this one where like Godzilla like punches like Kong so hard, and he's so self-satisfied that Godzilla just does like this giant smile at him.
Yeah. There's even like a laughing there. It's one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen. Like I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back and watch that so many times over the years. I'm gonna watch on every like large TV I can find and stuff. Like it just like, because like the other movies, there's so much junk in the air and stuff, you can't even tell what's like really going on. But this,
Yeah.
it's so clear. Like every punch is so big. There's like the one where like Kong punches Godzilla like in the rib cage, and he looks up and just screams.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like the destruction, just every single step is just, a building is just evaporated, and like everyone inside is gone.
Yeah.
And it's so bad. But like if this was like Man of Steel or something, it would like be like a big deal, because those are like humans that like know what they're doing. Not like humans, but you know what I mean. This is just a
Yeah.
couple of wild animals just like going at it, and they don't really know what they're doing. But yeah, it's like one of the cooler looking scenes I've ever seen.
I wonder, because I'm going through some of the clips right now of that fight. I wonder if they paid homage to the clip that we showed earlier, because there's a scene where he
Oh, I'm
stuffs the
sure.
Oh,
axe.
stuff.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
stuffs the
Yeah.
axe down Godzilla's mouth as he's about to release his.
Yeah.
Maybe like a
Maybe
side by side of that.
Yeah.
So Kong wins round 2 in a great fight, and then after a little bit, Godzilla gets up, and then round 3 begins.
Immediately.
And were you guys? I'll start with you, Jared. You guys surprised what happened in round 3, and who actually won round 3?
I think Godzilla was always gonna win, like most of the time, because he has like the fire breathing and all that kind of stuff. But I was like surprised that, I mean, I guess I'm not surprised, because I'm kind of rooting for both of them.
Yeah.
because like I don't want to see Godzilla kill Kong. I don't want to see Kong kill Godzilla. So it was like kind of cool that he stomped on him, and then I feel like they traded like respect sort of, and then
Hmm.
Godzilla's like, all right, I'm just gonna leave you like like we like get each other now. But yeah, like he took him down like pretty easily, and he could have finished him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was
And
this the? Oh, go ahead, Rich.
no, it's just when Jared was talking about like when he yelled in his face, it just seemed like Godzilla was saying, you're not the enemy. I'm not trying to hurt you. And then
Hmm.
like they exchanged respects and he walked away. But
Oh,
yeah, definitely Godzilla won that one. Like he's not gonna lose. I mean, he's got so many weapons compared to King Kong. But yeah, that scene where he's stomping on his chest and just yelling at him, it just seemed like he
my
was trying to say, you're not the enemy.
my interpretation of that was actually more like Godzilla was telling him like bow down, like just
Just stop.
stop. And Kong's face to me was like, all right, reluctantly I will,
Yeah. I
So
was actually a little surprised though. To me, it was a little decisive, like really highly decisive that Godzilla won by on that their third round. It was very decisive, and I thought it was a little too easy, a little bit, considering how much of a fight Kong was giving them in that second round.
Yeah.
But and so I was a little surprised that it was that decisive of a win for Godzilla. But other than that, I enjoyed it. Um, so then comes in after Godzilla beats Kong. Kong kind of bows down a little bit, and Godzilla walks away, and then comes in Mechagodzilla. Comes in and wrecks some shit. First question is, what were your thoughts on the actual design of Mechagodzilla, and what did you think of the fight scenes with Mechagodzilla?
man,
To take a word from Vic, I thought they made Mechagodzilla look a little scrawny. He looked very thin. I thought he would have been
Yeah.
thick or something. I don't know. But of course the fight scenes with him were badass, and I liked how he just flipped a switch and he wasn't being controlled anymore. Like whenever he took out the leader of Apex, whenever he was talking to the kids, he just goes, "Oh no,"
Mhm.
and then he just takes him out and then messes up the guy that's in. Well, he was in King Ghidra, the skull, right? That's where he was. He had the headset on. He was controlling
Yeah,
Mechagodzilla.
I don't remember which Titan it was, but yeah,
I
yeah.
thought, yeah,
it
I
was
didn't know if
it was
if
the
it
one
was
with
Ghidra.
three heads, I think, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
at the end of that movie, the post credits they showed that they had his head, one of the
Hmm.
Mhm.
heads. But yeah, I like I love the fight scenes with him and just seeing Godzilla finally get overpowered. It was strange to see. Like he had no answer for anything.
Yeah, I was like immediately like he looks kind of like thin, but I mean I guess he's just more of like a skeleton of like Godzilla than with just like the actual meat on him and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like but the way he was using his like rocket booster to like super punch and
Oh
stuff,
yeah, that was
and
Yeah.
his little fins just like clicking like into place and stuff.
yeah.
Super cool, super like Transformers type of stuff. And yeah, it was super cool looking.
I'm a big fan of like Japanese like Super Sentai shows like Power Rangers and like Kamen Rider and stuff. But specifically Kamen Rider, Faiz, they have this whole thing where the main character, he'll transform into his like Power Rangers looking suit, but he'll do it with a cell phone. And when he puts that cell phone onto like his tool belt, he can redirect powers to different parts of his limbs. And like
Oh.
Mecha Godzilla doing that when he does, my favorite part, I can watch it over and over, is when he does the knee, when he redirects the power to his knee and he thrusts it up into Godzilla, and then he tries to go at him with the tail. Like
Yeah.
it's all so anime and so cool. Like everything about Mechagodzilla was cool. And I think what you're saying, Rich, about him being scrawny, I think that's because Apex was like jumping the gun. Like, yeah, I think it was just like a
Mm.
skeleton. Like,
Yeah.
they wanted they didn't even have the energy source like right away. They
Yeah.
needed for the main guy from Apex wanted his daughter to get the energy source from Hollow Earth, and even the Japanese guy was like, we can't do it right now. Like it's too soon. And that prematurity is what causes Mechagodzilla to go rogue, I think, right?
Yeah. He was in
Um,
finished product.
Yeah, we can see Mechagodzilla as like a prototype. So
Yeah.
if a company like Apex or anything like ever like, I mean, in future movies we might be seeing like Transformer type level Mechagodzillas out there, or Mecha
Yeah.
Kong or whatever. Like I like that this route where they're taking like dead titans like information and like messing with it, because what do you do with like a Rodan, or what do you do with like a Mothra, like what do you do with that and incorporate into like a technology? Like it to me it opens up like so many cool possibilities and so
Mhm.
many cooler fights. So Mechagodzilla, he dashes in there with like thrusters, he's ducking stuff. Like, I mean, him charging up his like fists, with the blue energy and like giving like extra power. Every shot is well done. There's so much comedy. Like he's like dunking Godzilla's face from one skyscraper to another. Like it's just all so entertaining.
Yeah.
And obviously, like the human characters kind of get like overshadowed a little bit. But
Good.
they're yeah, good, but they're also trying to fight too, and they're trying to help out Godzilla and Kong at this point, because Mechagodzilla is just so OP, that they need to actually interfere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Who would have thought the kryptonite was a fucking flask of whiskey on a motherboard? Stupid. Unbelievable. Speaking about what you were saying about um human factor, let me just ask you guys, we all know this is a lackluster storyline,
Yeah.
but how would you guys rate, I mean, the Team Godzilla and Team Kong? The Team Kong for me did okay, except for Sarsgaard. The kid did okay with me, and a little bit about the Rebecca Hall's character, but not that much. Team Godzilla, Millie Bobby Brown and her dad, they were from the King of the Monsters. They had
Mhm.
no business. They had no business being in this. I mean, really,
Yeah.
they really didn't have nothing to do. I don't see why they brought these characters back in here. It just didn't do anything for me with Team Godzilla. It just felt like it was just filling.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because Millie Bobby Brown is a decent actress, and I don't know. I just thought it's the human part, the lackluster storyline just did not work for me. Of course, I didn't come in here to watch this movie for that. How would you guys rate, or the human part about this? Them helping, trying to fight back. How would you guys rate it?
I will say that hey, I will say that I liked Brian Tyree Henry's part, because I mean I like him in Atlanta, and he's like the whole like podcast angle, the whole like he's like obsessed, and like I mean because I listen to like a lot of podcasts, ones that are like investigating stuff and stuff like that, so that was kind of a cool little angle. Also like he's just like the audience too, with like is like a Hollow Earth real, stuff like that. And then yeah, like the little girl being able to talk to Kong and stuff was like super cool. But other than that, those are the only two roles I really liked.
What's the name from the guy from Atlanta?
Brian Tyree Henry or something.
I thought him and
Yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown's little friend. I forgot his name too. The little chubby
Oh yeah,
kid.
the guy from yeah.
I like them out of the most out of the Team Godzilla, because I thought they brought a little bit of comedy, especially like whenever the guy's coming up through the tunnel, he's got like a freaking flip phone and he's just he's taking pictures. He's just like going viral and he slaps it. I like they try to bring a little comedy into it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
them.
I'm with you on that whole podcaster angle was
Yeah.
like really fun, and I thought his character got funnier and funnier throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like his line always gets me, where he's like, well, I thought I was gonna die with adults, but here I am, like
Yeah.
about to drink that flask.
Yeah.
It was just funny how he was just like, I'm quitting like immediately, like it doesn't matter, I'm fighting right here.
Yeah.
So I mean, as for the Kong group, like the Skarsgård dude, he had that one comedic scene where he calls the little girl a coward,
Yeah.
like with the
Oh,
silent.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny, and they constantly play with that. Like whenever they're in Hollow Earth and they're attacked by those two little bird things, like he throws a rock at one of them, and he's like, "Now what?"
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
"Like, I'm waiting here to die." Like he doesn't run, he doesn't do anything like self-sacrificial. He just like freezes.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was
literally
there.
is like kind of like a coward like the whole time. And then
Mhm.
even his run at the end where he does the defibrillator thing on King Kong to get him back up, when he's running away from the explosion, it's the most like non-urgent, like just
Yeah.
How did
I-
he get down that fast? That
that's
doesn't
what I'm
make
saying.
any
Yeah,
sense.
he
He must have Tarzan himself down
and then
from
when
there.
when they
Oh,
I
get
don't
him up,
understand.
when they get him up, I swear he's like crying. It's actually really
Yeah.
yeah, like it's actually really funny. So they play with that character, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
so him and the podcaster angle was like really fun. So they both had their ups and their downs, you know, like memorable, unmemorable, you know,
Yeah.
unnecessary, whatever. I didn't even know the little kid with the glasses. Like I didn't know his name until the end of the movie where the dad goes, "Shut up, Josh," or something like that. Like the first time I heard his name.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we're going to start wrapping it up here for the spoiler review. Last question. Did this movie meet your expectations or did it exceed your expectations? Or was it meh? I'll start with you, Rick. Go ahead.
Oh, it exceeded it. Like I want another one of these. I actually like I had set my timer like for 30 minutes because I was gonna take a break and do something else. And the movie ended and I was like, what? Like I need more of this. Like, what about the I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was just like, I wanted more of this, and it was ending.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So they're down in Hollow Earth now at the end of the movie. They're researching it still. They kind of give you like a, you know, Godzilla and Kong like farewell, like, you know, truce
Yeah.
scene, but it's
Mhm.
not over, you know? Like there's still like a little bit of tension between that. So I want to see more. I don't know what that is, you know, it's up to these guys, you know, that make the movies, but I want more. It exceeded my expectations for sure.
Yeah. It definitely exceeded for me too. The trailers did give you a lot of action, so you knew you were going into like an action flick, but uh it was just so much better than I expected. And it's like he says, like towards the end, you're like, where do they go from here? Because I feel like they fought every monster that I know from Godzilla. I'm not a huge Godzilla fan. I didn't watch all the ones from like the 60s and everything. But the ones I do know, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, it's like who's left? I know Vic, I could have sworn you said maybe a Mecha Kong or something. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Who knows?
But at the end, it was nice. It was like a truce, and Kong at the end, he's like in his own environment, and he's got the little girl with him, and then he sign language is home, and then I think that's where it ends. It like Kong was finally in a good place, not a place that was like a false image, like in the beginning where he's in that dome and they're just trying to make him think that he's in his own little place. Like now he is finally home. So
Yeah, I feel like with like the last movie being like packed with like so many monsters and stuff, they could have like taken their time and maybe even like extend this out to maybe
yeah,
like 5 or 6 movies. Maybe have just like Kong versus Godzilla, and then the next one it's Mecha Godzilla and stuff. But like they introduced Mecha Godzilla, then killed him in like 10 minutes. And
yeah,
but yeah, it exceeded big time because I didn't really like him since the first Godzilla, and it's like pretty rare to have like a fourth movie be like by far the best one in my opinion.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, like I hope they have like more to do about it, but like Rich said, I don't know how much more they could do because they kind of like shot their shot already.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the human element because they're the only ones that haven't had a fair shake in this. Like
Yeah, like
it's only been the monsters, and when they did try to do the Mechagodzilla thing, like Jared said, he got knocked off in 10 minutes. I
Yeah,
mean, the human element, the human response, you know, to the destruction of Hong Kong, you know, like we know how versatile the Chinese can be in Hollywood, like in Hollywood movies. They can build like these like giant arcs to save like the planet, like in the movie 2012, you know, like in like a matter of like whatever. So like a matter of like whatever days or whatever. So it's like it I feel like if there's another movie, it's gonna be like, you know, the human element wanting to take down one of these two people, one of
yeah.
these two creatures. So I don't know if they'll incorporate both of them again, but it'd be cool to see like the human response, because they got such a bad deal on this one.
Yeah, billions lost profit.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought it was. I like laughed out loud that there was like a grand finale where Kong and Godzilla both grab Mecha and just shove him through a
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
building, just like one more time, like its face just explodes through a building, killing hundreds probably. So, yeah.
What about you, Dave?
No, I liked it. This was definitely exceeded my expectations. I really enjoyed it. I knew it wasn't being no story for me. I knew that before
Yeah.
coming into this. I'm telling you guys, if you ever get a chance to see it in theaters, I definitely
Oh, yeah.
recommend it. It was a difference for sure. But anyways, viewers out there, what did you think? Leave your comments down below. Did it exceed your expectations? Did it meet your expectations only? Was it math? And what did you think about all these nice fight scenes? And always, if you like this video, click that thumbs up and please subscribe. Alright, fellas, that's it for that segment for the spoiler review of Godzilla vs. Kong.